Madhurya. I'm a group fitness instructor. I've been training on high-low, step aerobics, Tabata. I also instruct Les Mills body combat. Today we'll focus more on body conditioning exercises. We'll mainly focus on the knee. Okay, so we will cover all the muscles, quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and calf. We'll see how to strengthen and stretch them. Here at Transform, I have my friends, Manju and Preetham.
Hi.
Yeah. They're also trainers here, and they would be helping me with the body conditioning demo for knees. We'll focus on quadriceps. As the name goes, it's got 4 muscles. We have the rectus femoris, which passes through your hip joint. And then we have the vastas groups, lateralis, intermedialis, and medialis, which goes through your patella and joins here. So all of them together is going to help in knee extension. So if you have a football, if you have to kick it, it's the quadriceps which is getting used. And since your rectus femoris alone is passing through the hip joint, so it's going to help in hip flexion as well. We will see now how to strengthen and stretch your quadriceps. One of the best exercises to work out your quads is squats. So for squats, the posture guidelines is make sure that your toes and your knees are pointing in the same direction. Engage your abdominal and your back muscle, all right? And then soften your knees and go down. Go down. Yeah, when you go down, make sure that your femur is in line with your knees or slightly above the knees, and then come up. Maintain the natural curvature of your spine. Make sure that your chin is in parallel to the ground and ears are in line with your shoulders. Yes. So breathing technique is when you go down, you breathe in. When you come up, you breathe out. You breathe in. When you come up is when you're working out on your quads, and you breathe out. You can do this for 12 to 20 repetitions, and you can do 1 to 2 sets with a gap of 30 seconds in between sets. That's about squats. Lunge is one of the exercises to work out your quads. So we'll see the posture guidelines for lunge. So there are variations. You can either do it without weights or with weights. So take 1 step forward. Yeah. Make sure that you're engaging your abdominal and your glutes muscle. Make sure that you're flexing your front knee. Make sure that the weight is falling on the front knee. Right? Go down and come up. So when you go down, you breathe in. When you come up is when you breathe out. Repeat. Yeah, you can do this for 12 to 20 repetitions and 1 to 2 sets with a gap of 30 seconds between sets. You make sure that you maintain the natural curvature of your spine. Make sure that your knee does not come beyond your toes. Yes. That's about lunges. It's very important that we stretch all the muscles that we use for its good functioning. So we'll see how to stretch quads. So the primary function of quads was knee extension. So we will flex it to stretch it. Yes. Flex your knees and hold the stretch for 6 to 15 seconds. So beyond 6 seconds is when it actually gets stretched. And you can do the repetitions for 2 to 3 times. The other leg. Yes, so that's about stretching your quads. Hamstrings is one of the important muscles to have your knees strong. So semitendinosus, semimembranosus, and biceps femoris, the group is called hamstrings. So the primary function of hamstrings is knee flexion. So if I have to flex my knees, my hamstrings is getting used. So we will see deadlift as one of the exercises to strengthen your hamstrings. The posture guidelines for deadlift. So we can do it either with dumbbells or with barbells. Yeah, the posture guidelines is make sure that your feet is shoulder width apart, chin parallel to the ground, and ears in line with your shoulders. Maintain the natural curvature of your spine. Your pelvic should be neutral, and you go down and come up. So the hamstrings will get worked out when your knees are locked. All right? So when you go down, you breathe in. When you come up, you breathe out. You can do this for 12 to 20 repetitions. And you can do 1 to 2 sets with a gap of 30 seconds between sets. That's how you work out your hamstrings. Now that we have strengthened our hamstrings, we'll see how to stretch them. So we have to extend our knees to stretch hamstrings. So you can cross your legs, lock your knees, and go down. So hold the stretch for 6 to 15 seconds. Beyond 6 seconds is when your brain actually realizes that it's getting stretched. Hold it for 6 to 15 seconds and then come up. You can try with the other leg as well. Cross legs, lock knees and go down. Hold the stretch for 6 to 15 seconds and come up. You can do 2 to 3 sets of these stretches and your hamstrings are nicely stretched. Now we will focus on the adductor muscles, that's your inner thighs. So it's called the adductor group, which is the adductor brevis, longus and magnus, and it also has the pectineus and the gracilis. Alright, so we will see how to strengthen your inner thighs. Yeah. So come, yeah. Place the leg on top, the knee in the front, and make sure that this leg is straight, and take it up and down, up and down. Yeah, take it up further, lift it as much as you can and go down. Yes. So you can do this exercise for 12 to 20 repetitions and you can try 1 to 2 sets with a gap of 30 seconds in between sets. So now we'll see how to stretch the inner thighs. We can do the butterfly pose. So come up. Yeah. So this is called the butterfly stretch. Yeah, you can go down, you can walk further down. Walk down with your hands further. Yes. Come down and that gives a nice stretch for your inner thighs. Okay. So the primary function of adductors is, this is abduction, so it gets it in, adduction, right? Now we will also see the abductor muscles, which is the gluteus medius and the gluteus minimus. So abductors are going to help you take your leg away, all right? So this strengthening of adductors, we will do side leg raises. So lie down on your side, make sure that your shoulder, your glutes, your hips and your knees are in one line and your feet. All of them should be in one line. Raise it up, one leg up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah. So when you lift it up is when it's working out. So you breathe out when you lift it up and you breathe in when you take it down. So that works out your abductors. You can do it for 12 to 20 repetitions and you can do 1 to 2 sets with a gap of 30 seconds between sets. So how would you stretch abductors? Yeah. So either you can just push your knee this way and this way, or you can probably give a nice stretch. So this stretches your abductors. Hold the stretch for 6 to 15 seconds and you can repeat it for 2 to 3 sets. So that's about your abductors and adductors, your gluteus medius minimus and your adductor group. So the last muscle that we are going to focus on to strengthen our knees is your calf. So the gastrocnemius and soleus being the important muscles of your calf. The primary function of the calf is plantar flexion. So when I pull my toes in, that's dorsiflexion. So if I'm able to keep it straight, that's my plantar flexion. All right, so we'll see how to strengthen calves. We'll do simple calf raises to strengthen. So gastrocnemius is going to get strengthened by simple calf raises. So yeah, same guidelines as before, your toes and knees pointing in the same direction and just raise your heels up and down. So that works out on your calf. So that works out on your gastrocnemius. So if you want to work out on your soleus, bent calf raises. Bent knees and then raise your calves. Yes. So you can repeat these exercises for 12 to 20 repetitions you can do, and then you can do 1 to 2 sets with a gap of 30 seconds between sets. That's how you strengthen your calves. So we'll see how to stretch our calves. So the primary function is plantar flexion, so dorsiflexion would be the stretch. So yeah, just place your heel and pull your toes inwards. Pull it as much as you can so that you get a nice stretch on your calf. Hold the stretch for 6 to 15 seconds. Repeat it for 2 to 3 sets. That gives a good stretch on your calf. We strengthened a couple of muscles to have your knees very strong. So we started with quadriceps, we addressed hamstrings, we touched upon the abductor group and the adductor groups, and we also did our calf, right? Yeah. So I had a good time with Manju and Preetham here. Thank you so much for helping me with the demo of the exercises. We'll catch up in the next episode. Thank you.
القبطان.